welcome to another wonderful edition of
Under the Ash Tree.
Under the Ash Tree. So today we're going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite styles and beers, and I'm super excited. I'm Eric, I'm the Sales and Distribution Manager at Confluence, and I'm here with
Josh, the Production Manager here at Confluence.
Wonderful. He's my bestie. We're best buds. So this is a very, very traditional style ESB, which stands for Extra Special Bitter. Pale ales in England specifically are called bitters. So this is a souped up pale ale, essentially.
That's not very bitter, particularly by today's standards.
It's not very bitter. They were very bitter, I guess, for them at the time.
Indeed.
But here, this is just a really nice.
Back when 25 IBUs was bracing.
Bracing. That's scandalous, even.
Indeed,
I would say.
indeed.
I would say 25 IBUs would be scandalous. Yeah, this I was asked many years ago when I started getting into beer what my desert island beer would be, and I used to say that Fuller's ESB, especially if it's off a beer engine or a hand pull. Used to get that over at the Royal Mile. I used to drink one of those a day. I just absolutely love that style.
Pilsner, ESB, and a goose. That's all I need.
Oh yeah, that's
it.
They're so boring by today's standards. This is no lactose. This is no peanut butter. This is no anything. This is beer.
This is a beer drinker's beer.
This is beer. This is for a beer drinker's beer. But yeah, the color on this is just absolutely amazing. I love it. You see a movie like Shaun of the Dead. I'll take 5 pints of bitter. This is that beer.
Yep.
And it's just amazing. Last year we actually did this beer. If you wanted to get this beer at the tap room, it was only on cask. This year, obviously with COVID, less people being in person, we decided to skip that this year. But the taste is still fantastic. So, cheers. You want to talk about this one a little bit, Josh?
Yeah, sure. So, the idea behind the ESB.
Oh man.
Yeah. Eric sort of hit the nail on the head. It's beer drinker's beer. It's classic beer. It's designed to be refreshing. So what you want out of your ESB is you want a strong malt profile up front. So it wants to be malty, it wants to be sweet, like it's a full body beer, but then you get a nice, crisp, dry finish on the back end. I think we get that out of this beer. I think this is a great example. The first time I had this beer, I think John designed this recipe, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's really excited to use, was it Maris Otter?
Yeah. So John designed this recipe a while back. He'd actually had it designed before I ever joined the team. First time I drank it, I was just like, this is what Fuller's ESB probably tastes like fresh.
Yes.
I genuinely think that. I think this is a great example of the style. We've changed the hops a little bit. We actually do a very mild dry hop post-fermentation, which is not traditional for the style. It's in such a small volume, it doesn't compare to, it's like 0.3 of a pound per barrel, whereas, something in our hazy IPAs are gonna be 3.5 pounds per barrel. So it's not anything that you should be worried about if you're anti-hop, but it gives this a nice little earthiness and jamminess that wouldn't exist without it. So I don't know, this is English to a T. It's a beautiful drinking beer. This is the kind of beer that you have several of in your fridge all week long because you're just you get home from work and this is what you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we did a little fun with the naming of it. If you guys are familiar with any sort of English culture, there's a Cockney rhymey, apples and pears going upstairs. So the Ash Tree ESB kind of rhymed a little bit. But we also decided to name this right when the emerald borer beetle was showing up in Iowa, and they thought that the ash trees were just going to be gone. So we're kind of hoping that people remember the ash trees are pretty neat and pretty beautiful, and hopefully we're doing enough to stave off the borer beetle. So
all of our threesome of traditional English ales, we've got a
Brown's Woods
Brown, and then the Royal Roots Porter. They all have little tree theme to them.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Yeah. Just cause.
This is also just one of my favorite, kind of our classic set of labels that we've done. I just love that ash tree. So
yeah, we've got a ton of stuff for you. So if you're out and about this weekend, make sure to stop by Confluence. It's just going to be gorgeous. We've expanded our patio a little bit, so we got extra seating so you can spread out and enjoy this nice weather.
Yeah. So follow us on all the
social media,
the Twitters and the Facebooks and the YouTubes and the Instagrams and
the Grams. Is it Insta or is it Gram now?
come down, drink Ash Tree, give it a try. Don't be scared by the extra special bitter aspect of it. It's not. If you enjoy a good crisp beer, you will love this beer.
Yeah. Beer drinkers beer.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.